Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2026. We have made it. We have made it despite all the insanity of 2025. So hopefully we can just have smooth sailing for 2026, okay? So in my last video, I was talking about Nicki Minaj when she was at the TPUSA, and I did a commentary on that, which led me to this. The Minaj Files. We will start off with Nicki's father, Robert Minaj, who was a financial executive and also a gospel singer. Now, on February 12, 2021, Robert, 64, was walking along Roseland Road in Manola, Long Island. CCC footage would show at 6:15 p.m. a white 1992 Volvo station wagon had struck him down. The person had hit him, appeared to come out and look at him, and just fled, just left the scene, and of course without calling emergency services. Minaj was transferred to a local hospital where the following day he succumbed to his injuries and passed away. Using the recorded footage, police obtained the vehicle was driven by Charles Povich, 70. He would tell the courts that though he fled, he did stop and ask Minaj, was he okay? Unfortunately, I don't think he answered. In May 2022, Povich pled guilty to felony charges, leaving the scene, tampering with evidence. He hid his vehicle under a tarp. And on August 3rd, 2022, Povich was sentenced to 1 year in jail, 90 days of community service, and a $5,000 fine. And his driver's license was suspended for 6 months. 1 year, all right, for taking a man's life. Terrible, terrible. For a living, Povich runs a drilling and water purification business that provides service to Guam and the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands. It seemed Povich had gotten away with murder. Nicki would later say that losing her father was the most devastating loss of her life on her social media post. Now, back in the day, they had a tumultuous relationship, but he had significantly changed his life before he passed away. Povich has since been released from jail.
Thank you for being here. As Rich told you, this is an update to the auto accident that occurred on Friday evening, the 12th. It was approximately 6:15 p.m. at night. On that night, a gentleman named Robert Minaj was walking northbound on Roseland Road. At that time, he was struck by a white Volvo station wagon. That vehicle fled the scene, and subsequently we discovered it in our investigation. Today, Mr. Charles Povich surrendered himself here at Mineola. He's going to be charged with leaving the scene of an auto accident with a fatality, as well as tampering with evidence. Mr. Povich does not have a criminal history. He does not have any driving license history to say. He does reside in Guam, the U.S. territory in Southeast Asia. He does have a house here in Mineola as well. Anybody have any questions? Sir. When he took his car and did things to secrete the car from being found by the police.
Lieutenant, can you tell us what led to this arrest? What happened?
So after this incident occurred, Mr. Minaj was taken to a local hospital where he expired during the evening. During that time, our investigation, our detectives were scouring the neighborhood for video surveillance, tracking that vehicle. The vehicle is an older model. It's a 1992 Volvo, so it's kind of more distinctive than kind of modern cars are kind of looking like each other these days. So we were able to track that vehicle prior to the accident as well as after the accident, and we kind of tracked it right to his house.
All on video?
Yeah, pieces of video all through the neighborhood.
So did he try to make repairs to the car?
Not yet. He didn't have opportunity to do that.
So by secreting it, it was hidden in the garage?
Secreted it in the garage, covered it up. did things to alter us being able to discover that car.
And can you describe the scenario? You said Robert Minaj was walking northbound, and then where was he driving, and how, was Mr. Minaj in the street? Was he crossing? Can you just explain how it happened?
Yes, Mr. Minaj was in the street. He was walking northbound on Roslyn Road at the time. Mr. Pavlich was also driving northbound at the time and struck him going in the same direction. Mr. Pavlich did stop at that time, but then fled after that once he saw that he had injured this person.
Can you tell us just a little bit about the victim, where he was headed, what he does, or have you been in touch with his family?
Yes, we're in constant touch with the family. Mr. Minaj does live in the area. There's an address there in Mineola, so we believe he was walking, towards his house or to a local area store.
Was he in the street due to the snow?
There was a significant amount of snow. I mean, his choice whether to walk in the snow or not was his at that moment. So, but he was in the roadway.
Would there be criminal liability if he had stayed at the scene? Was it the fleeing? It sounds like the man was in the road.
Well, we didn't get the chance to evaluate him, whether he was under any influence of any narcotics or alcohol. We lost that opportunity when he did leave. So I can't say that for certain, but saying that he was not, it would have been an accident, auto accident, with no charges, if he would have stayed.
Do you have any information about where the defendant was before the accident, or where he was going?
I don't want to get into where he was. We know where he was hours before and leading up right up to it. So that was part of our investigation.
So the suspect was obviously aware of what happened?
He's absolutely aware of what happened. You get out of the car and he looked at the deceased, got into his car and made the conscious decision to leave. Instead of dialing 911, instead of calling an ambulance for the man, he went home and secreted his vehicle. So he's well aware of what he did.
So you know where he was hours before the incident? Was he at a local tavern or something?
No, nothing in that regard to any kind of intoxication or substance.
Sorry, does the defendant express any remorse, explanation?
No, he did not make any statements to us.
Okay, thank you very much.
What sickens me is this man went home, had time to perhaps sober up. We don't know if he was inebriated. We don't know if he was on something. We don't know anything because he went home. He was home for days and then he turned himself in. What caused the crash? I mean, was you not paying attention? What went on? Carol Mirage, that's Nikki's mother, she filed a $150 million wrongful death suit on Povich. In 2024 and 2025, Povich sought to depose Nikki. He had his lawyers argue about Nikki's childhood and her song lyrics regarding her father's alleged behavior were relevant to the cases and the damages. In other words, the death of this black man isn't worth $150 million. As of 2026, Charles Povich has not been ordered to pay the $150 million sought by the Mirage family. And in a lawsuit, it does say that it is still going. Now, you are probably wondering, how can Povich bring Nikki's childhood and music into this case? Nikki wasn't there. She had nothing to do with what happened to her father. It was Povich who caused all of this, a hit and run, then trying to hide his vehicle from the law. He never thought that he would be caught. Povich's legal team brought up Robert Mirage's past history of abuse and addiction, calling him a bad father and husband. In 1989, there was a terrifying incident where Robert physically assaulted Carol and tried to burn down the family home while she was inside. They talked about his drug abuse, specifically, the powder, the one that's cooked powder. You know what I mean? They used whatever songs Nikki may have said that included her father. Now, back then, Carol had moved out, and the couple remained estranged for many years, and they never legally divorced. Before his untimely death in 2021, Robert had achieved sobriety. and his relationship with his family had started to heal. Povich legal team wants Robert to look as a bad man, which would lessen a financial value of, quote, loss of companionship, end quote. So basically, someone can run you over and you die, leave you dead, try to hide the fact that they did it, spend a few months in jail, and then tell you how much your life is worth. You sound more like a bad man than Robert. So in this case, the Minaj family has to wait for a court system to tell them how much the patriarch of their family was worth. When Robert Minaj passed away, he left 4 children behind, who all share his last name. Jelani, Nikki, whose real name is Onika Tanya, and Micaiah. Ming Lee was born by another woman in 2006. Her mother's identity is private. Ming was born and raised in New York City. Now, before I continue with this story, I ran across a video on Instagram of Ming. She said something that was very confusing to me, and I know that there are people that are Nicki fans and probably know a lot more about this situation than I do, because I'm new to this situation. I know absolutely nothing about Nicki Minaj. So maybe you guys can help me clear this up right here.
Way in 2021, was it your dad who was the victim of the hit and run accident? Was it Nicki's stepfather or what?
Okay, so basically that person that died, rest in peace to him, God bless him, that is like my sister's stepdad, but we have the same dad, and he is very much alive. He just does not like being on camera, does not like pictures, and does not like social media platform. Like, my dad is Trinidadian old-time school, so anything that has to do with cameras, anything that has to do with social media is a no-no for him.
So what race is he?
Huh?
What race is your
He's
dad?
Trinidadian, he's black.
So he's black, okay. But you have Chinese in you?
Yeah, I have Chinese too.
On his side? Or?
On my mom's side, actually.
So that's what I don't understand. She said that is Nicki's stepfather. So Robert Minaj is Nicki's stepfather. Now, I do understand their wife's biological children. I get all that. And they may even take their last names. I get all that too. No problem. But if that is the case, why does Ming have the last name Minaj? That makes absolutely no sense if they have the same dad. Do you see what I'm saying? And Ming says that their father is alive and well. So it's not Robert Minaj. Well, again, why does Ming have that same last name? I don't know. Again, it makes no sense, but hopefully somebody will tell me something different. But again, I'm still researching the story, so I may come across it, I may not. But moving on. I will later get into the siblings as we dig deeper into the Minaj Files. A brief summary on Nicki's start in the music business. So Nicki started her career as part of a Brooklyn rap quartet. I guess that's why sometimes she repped Brooklyn, because in that little stud video, she repped BX in Harlem, and then now she's shouting out Queens. So basically, she's repping like a lot of the boroughs, but I guess it is what it is, being she is from Trinidad. But okay, moving on. The Hood and 7 Up, that was two of the groups that she was in. And in 2004, she recorded, quote, Don't Mess With, end quote, which was used as a WWE entrance theme. After the groups were disbanded, she started releasing her music on MySpace. She would later be discovered by Lil Wayne and signed to Young Money in 2009. Her mainstream breakthrough was Pink Friday in 2010, songs like Super Bass and Your Love. I also read that Nicki Minaj was getting help when she first started by Bow-Legged Lou. He is a part of Full Force, and I do remember Full Force back in the day, an old school singing band that really could sing really good. When I was a little girl, I used to listen to them. And Bow-Legged Lou played a crucial role in Nicki's rap career between 2002 and 2004. He tried to get her into Rockefeller and Rock Nation. When that failed, he began to work with her as a solo artist. I always wondered, where she came from. It's like she just popped up out of nowhere. I do recall the time when people were looking at her like an unwanted little Kim clone. I do remember that. Her style screamed. It screamed Kim to me. The rapping, not so much. She didn't sound like Kim. Now, was Nicki paying homage to Kim or just stealing the blueprint from Kim is what people wanted to know. Before their feud began, the two rappers made collaborations together and remixes. I never knew this. There was a leaked song called Everywhere We Go in 2010. I listened to it. It's not that bad. Very classic Kim. The sound people who loved Kim back in the day, same style. And Nicki's part, very different styles. I've always said they didn't sound alike. But back in the day, we all knew who Kim was.
Brooklyn style, baby. Papa Dot, Queen B.
Lil' Kim, stay on your brain. Nothing ass bros trying to come up off my name. And I don't even know these bitches, though. Come to think about it, I never even seen them before. Miserable birds rather see me singing the blues. Walk around barefoot and give them my shoes. Let them live off me till my bank is through. So I'm fucked up and back in the hood with you.
Homegirl, don't believe that song. That bitch is wrong. Mistakes don't live that long.
Quick to leave a bitch in the Atlantic Ocean. Hypnotize niggas with the honeybee potion. I like fast money, y'all's coming slow motion. Frank left me the formula, son. I'ma take it and run. Fall back, what's done is done. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Homegirl, don't believe that song. That bitch is wrong. Mistakes don't live that long. Cause everywhere you go, bitches wanna know how you get your dough. Hating on your flow. Homegirl, don't believe that song. That bitch is wrong. Mistakes don't live that long. Cause everywhere you go,
Okay,
bitches
come on.
wanna know
We're about to
how
take
you
it to
get
Queen.
your dough.
Nikki, let's go.
Wait a minute, let me skate up in it. I see your face, got the hate up in it. The briefcase got the cake up in it. Call me Lil Wayne, my your girl make it rain. These silly rappers don't impress me. I'm eating red snappers on a jet ski. I gotta giggle, I gotta laugh a little. Mommy, I've been hot since Moni was in the middle. Nicki Minaj, Lil Kimberly. When they see the squad, bitches better salute like assemblies. Come on, mommy, I got dudes that'll kill for me. These broke bitches got it in for me. I done did what I had to do. Rep the NY like an apple do. Step to these broads like a Kappa do. Boo, you stole $1 million, now you half a hoe. Get off my dick, kick it, bitch.
Don't believe that song. That bitch is wrong. Mistakes don't live that long. Cause everywhere you go, bitches wanna know how you get your dough. Hating on your flow. Girl, don't believe that song. That bitch.
Nicki would later say that Kim was an influence on her, but she was involving in her own persona. So the feud was on. Kim felt disrespected, like Nicki was sending her subliminal messages through her music, and that Nicki wasn't showing people the proper respect, meaning the female rappers, the pioneers who paved the way for her. Being to this day, they're still feuding. It continues, and we will move on. Too bad. Some good music could have came from both of those ladies decades ago. So now we're jumping to 2015. By this time, Nicki was 33 years old and she was dating rapper Meek Mill. She was head over heels for Meek. She would even accompany him to his probation hearings. By this time, Ming was 11 years old and Nicki was huge now in the rap industry. Though Nicki helped her little sister, but Ming says that she was bullied at school. She may have needed her sister's help a little bit more. And it would later grow into resentment for all sorts of reasons. and Ming having mixed up feelings about her sister, and we will touch on that in part 2. But one person that Nikki was close to, that was her brother Jelani. She even said in a song called All Things Go, I know Jelani will always love me, and I will always love him. Jelani now was getting married to his longtime girlfriend, Jacqueline Robinson. And at the time, Jacqueline had 2 children from a prior relationship, a daughter 11 and a son 8. On August 22nd, 2015, they would tie the knot at Coral House in Baldwin, New York. 200 guests attended the event, and Nikki picked up the tab of $30,000. I love you more than you will ever comprehend, is what she told him. Less than 4 months of being Jelani's bride, Jacqueline would find out something really bad was happening. Soon the public would find out that too. And it was happening right underneath the roof that Jacqueline and Jelani was living under. An explosion of how Nikki felt about the situation. Please come back for part 2. Don't forget, you guys, like and subscribe for me. It's the countdown for me here. I got 6 more months left. It's the countdown. Work with me. Thank you.